It's already been over 6 long years since VAR was introduced to a worldwide audience during the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Since then, almost every single top division across the globe has adopted the system for themselves in order to ideally provide fairer decisions and reduce officiating mistakes and bias. However, many football fans have grown to dislike and criticise the system, and some even call for its removal in general. But to answer the question, has VAR improved or worsened the sport? We must take a look at the state of the game before it was introduced and why FIFA President Gianni Infantino gave the proposal the green flag. Football is no stranger to poor refereeing decisions. Like all humans, refs sometimes just get it wrong. The problem with this is that before a visual assistant referee, if a referee or a linesman made an incorrect decision, it could easily impact a team's success in the short and long term. Most notoriously, in 2009, during a World Cup qualification game, Henry would clearly control a cross from Malouda with his hand twice, before squaring the ball to William Gallas for a simple tap-in. Irish players would react in outrage, as referee Martin Hansen would dismiss the handball claims. France would hold on to the 2-1 aggregate lead, consequently sending Ireland home, and denying them a place at the 2010 World Cup. Referee Martin Hansen later admitted that he cried once he realised the mistake he had made. Despite this incident having occurred over half a decade before any form of VAR was implemented into club and national football, it highlighted the key repercussions that came without it, for not just the players and fans, but referees themselves. In spite of this, FIFA president at the time, Sepp Blatter, was heavily against the addition of the VAR. Therefore, no changes were made ahead of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. However, this would also prove to be a costly decision, as during a round of 16 tie between England and Germany, a clear goal from Lampard was inexplicably not counted by the game officials. The goal would have tied the game 2-2 and may have changed the outcome of the game if allowed. This mistake became the main catalyst for the introduction of goal line technology in 2014, subsequently proving that whether people liked it or not, football technology was advancing and heading towards a more semi-automated officiating system. So now that we have established why the introduction of some sort of VAR was so necessary, we can begin to examine and assess its impact on the game. Firstly, one cannot claim that VAR has increased the amount of refereeing mistakes. There have been countless instances where VAR has stepped in to correct the referee's original decision. For example, according to FIFA, at the 2018 World Cup, VAR had a success rate of 99.3%, a 4.3% increase from the 95% of correct calls by referees without VAR. VAR was also credited with assisting the 2018 World Cup status as the cleanest World Cup since 1986. So if statistically VAR has been a reliable form of officiating correctly, then why are so many people upset over its impact, and why do they want it gone for good? Well, there are many reasons. One of those being that it is simply just confusing. One day VAR may award a goal that looks like it's a clear offside, and the next it disallows a 90th minute winner because of a player's leg hair sticking out past the defender. It's the lack of clarity, communication, and consistency that frustrates many. In fairness, at the start of the season, the Premier League launched the Premier League Match Centre X account. The description of the account reads, "This account provides information directly from Match Centre, the VAR Hub, and PGMOL experts." This demonstrates that effort is being made to bridge the gap between fans and the officials in charge of VAR, to improve communication and reduce confusion. This change is proving to be a big step in the right direction to making VAR a more accepted system in football. However, another criticism of VAR, which may not be as easy to solve, are the claims that VAR ruins the excitement of football. Nothing's worse than watching a team score a 95th minute winner only for it to be disallowed by VAR after several minutes of jubilant celebrations. It's got so bad that many people now would rather hold back their celebrations until the check has been complete, subsequently extracting much of the excitement out of it. Unfortunately, as mentioned earlier, I really don't think there's a concrete solution to this. Yes, it hurts when a goal is disallowed, but then when you're on the losing end of a last minute winner, it hurts even more. Rules are rules, and because of that, they must stand for everyone equally. Now that we've got past the main criticisms of VAR, we have to look at a deeper and arguably a more concerning issue, which is that of unconscious bias and racism. A research study in Italy found that players with darker skin complexion were more likely to receive punishment for fouls, with everything else held constant. Sadly, unconscious bias and racism in football is a much more complex, social and political issue that may not be extinguished entirely by VAR, as it still relies on human judgment to decide the final call. So, in conclusion, it's hard to state whether VAR has either improved or worsened football. However, if you're more concerned with correct decision making and strict rule following, then you may support it more than if you are more concerned with the flow and spontaneity of the game.